Okay, when you do a dispatch ticket, it gets hung up. It does complete the task, but it does get hung up. As you can see, there's an admin warning when you give a ticket to a contractor. So when we use the new Android app and we try to initiate service, we're able to pull the ticket up. But when we go to start service, it says some error occurred. Please try again later. Although the error message shows up, it does actually initiate a ticket. As you can see, under the square footage, there's a 0.0. So just about everywhere we go, we've got this concept of this 0.0 that we need to eliminate.
And no comma for thousands separated.
So we noticed a problem that the app was pulling from the wrong place in the database. See, it pulls from the problem library, and as you can see here, problem, its repairs were removed and replaced per industry standards. That's the text that it puts in. The problem is typically described by the deficiency. The corrective action is how you fix it. And then there's another category called action taken. You're currently pointing it towards action taken. And it needs to be pointed towards, in both the apps, this problem, the responses need to pull from deficiency. All right, on the new Android app, we've got 2 tickets there that were previously incomplete because of various issues. They're considered resolved, but in order to get them off the phone, if I go ahead and I click on either of those tickets, it gives this preliminary approval, even though this contractor does not require approval. Okay, when they did the ticket or didn't require approval, now it does require approval. So if I go in, the only way that I can think of to get rid of this ticket is to actually go to the dispatch board and to delete it. And this is what happens when I go to try to do that. So somehow we need to be able to override this thing when it says, oops, you can't delete this ticket. The ticket's been started. Sometimes you still need to delete it. Either that, or we need a way to swipe the ticket off of the technician's device, similar to an iOS. But right now it's locked up at that screen. He has to literally close the app out. Okay, so for the online report in the client portal, centering looks a little bit better. If we go down to observations, looks good. Composition, one thing that I'd like to see here is for that deck type to be on one line. Okay, so that may require you to move all the responses to those items over to the right, but I don't want deck type to wrap. Okay, going down to deficiency. For some reason, these images are not vertical. And in this one, it does show all of the A's in the first one. In the second one, it shows all the B's, but it doesn't show the whole section. We need to see the whole section so that we can be able to understand where that's at. Okay, scrolling down. Condition, we've still got issues with decimal places. We decided that we didn't want any decimal places for dollars, so we need to correct that. The replacement cost looks to be correct. Okay, so now we're looking at the report of the PDF that becomes visible when you go to invoice it. And some of the issues that I'm seeing is it says prepared for React. Now, we already went over this once. This is supposed to be the logo for the company. I shouldn't have to go over these things over and over. I asked you guys to write this stuff down. Write down these problems and then get them fixed. Scroll down. stretched image again. Okay, you've got the key, okay, but look at the decimals. Okay, scroll down. Once again, the image needs to be in between sections and observations. We went over this, yet we're going over it again. There also should be the number of the section in the middle of it so that it refers to it. We also need to get rid of the yellow tint. It's like we didn't do anything. Once again, the image is supposed to be above compositions. Image is supposed to be above the sections. The deficiencies are supposed to be A and B. You've got them as 1 and 2. And they're not showing up on the picture above. You guys, the image is stretched. Everything's wrong. Scroll down. We've got decimal places for cents. Once again, that image is supposed to be in between sections and condition. We've got decimals places once again. Here's section 2. Again, the same issues. And we've got decimal places here. And now we get to the proposal. And we've got a section 1 and a section 2. We've got the red highlighted.
Filled in.
We've got filler. We've got different decimal issues throughout. We do have the legend of the building 1 and building 2 correct. Total emergency, total remedial. We're going to scroll down a little bit. And the rest of it's okay. Now, yeah, rest of it's okay. The big thing is that we missed out on was the ability to edit the report. Okay, so when we go to the property record and go to what's called the budget matrix, we see all sorts of issues with commas and decimal locations. Let's just get those cleaned up, please. Scroll down. Yeah, we see them there too.